Howdy, folks, friends, family on Facebook and the internet sphere, so to speak. My name's Keith. If you don't know me, if you do, howdy. Glad you're watching this because the intent of this video is a public service announcement. It's my latest soapbox because I have stage 3 colon cancer and I've been dealing with that. So I just wanted to let folks know what's going on. And again, it's a PSA to get your colonoscopy and not to wait. So quick background for those that don't know, I am an identical twin, and my twin brother Kevin had a colonoscopy at 50 like he was supposed to, had multiple polyps, had another one at 53, had multiple polyps. So I was like, yeah, maybe I should do mine. I had a colonoscopy January 12th of this year, 2024, at the age of 54. Literally, the doctor said it's a mess in there. I had 8 polyps and a 2.5-inch size tumor on my sigmoid colon. And he knew that it would have to be surgically removed, referred me to a surgeon. February 12th, they removed a foot of my colon and a colectomy or a colon resection where they just cut the foot of the colon out and pushed it back together. No bag or anything like that. Everything's working normally and as it should. So the doctor, after they removed that, they said, we're going to wait for pathology. So they sent the specimen that they removed to pathology and to see what was, to really stage the cancer, I guess. And unfortunately, in the specimen that they removed, there were 17 lymph nodes. 2 of the 17 lymph nodes had lymphatic carcinoma, which means that the cancer from the colon had jumped from the colon to the lymph nodes, and that defines it as stage 3. But they cut it out of me, and I thought for sure that this was it. They removed the cancer. I'm good to go. But the doctor hinted this is not really how it works. So I went to an oncologist, and they basically said I need 6 months of chemo. So I didn't really like that response, so went down to VCU, and I'm glad I did. They recommended 3 months of a different type of chemo. Then they also said, hey, there's this clinical trial. So with the clinical trial, it's called ctDNA screening. They took a specimen from the foot of colon that was removed from the tumor and marked the DNA, and then they take my blood, and then they screen my blood looking for that DNA from the tumor. And so about the clinical trial, there's a couple of arms, is what they call it, from the clinical trial. If you're negative, meaning that the screening doesn't see the circulating tumor in your blood, then you're randomized to either get 3 months of Capox or no chemo at all. I was super excited about that potential. The other side is, if you're positive, then it's 6 months of Capox or another type of chemo called FOLFIRINOX. And so while I was waiting for the test results to come back from the ctDNA screening, the oncologist down at VCU said, hey, listen, we're going to go ahead and put you on Capox for a first cycle. And that is a 2-hour infusion. It's painless. I've got a port, no big deal. Then after the infusion, it's 2 weeks of pills and then a week of rest. So today, I just finished those 2 weeks of pills. And I have a week of rest. And hopefully that was going to be it. But unfortunately, I got the results back from the ctDNA screening, and it came back positive. So what that means is I got some of those little cancer bastards floating around in my blood, and the chemo is going to take care of it. It's left over from the colon cancer. And good thing as far as the clinical trial, they randomized me to 6 months of Capox, which is what I just finished the 2-week cycle before my week of rest. I just finished that today. So completely manageable. After the infusion, it was really weird touching something cold. It was electric, really. I mean, it was electrifying on your hands, just really hurt. But, you go to the fridge and wear gloves, for a couple of days. That all those symptoms were away. Otherwise, feel a little winded, a little tired, and nothing a good night's sleep can't handle. And so that's completely, the K-Pox is completely manageable. So I've got 6 months of that in front of me because I tested positive in the ctDNA screening. So again, this is a PSA. Go get your colonoscopy. For those out there that have been concerned about drinking that stuff that's all nasty, that's all changed. I mean, literally, you pour Miralax into Gatorade, you drink that, you get cleaned out, then you go get your colonoscopy. If you've ever had a colonoscopy, it's the best 20 minutes of sleep you'll ever have in your life. It's a fantastic sleep. So don't slack on that. It's really not that bad. And if you're saying prayers, appreciate the prayers, but maybe somebody who's suffering more might need the prayers, because I've really not been suffering. I've had no symptoms, and I'm dealing with the chemo isn't horrific. Debbie and the kids have been great. My folks and family and Debbie's family have been awesome. Hasn't affected the banjo or guitar hands yet. Hopefully it doesn't. Got a busy summer. So again, this is a PSA. Make sure you're 45, 50. Don't slack on a colonoscopy. Get it done.